First up on Agri-News, the World Bank has completed its 9th implementation support mission for the CIC-PACD Agriculture Commercialization and Diversification project. The visit took place on May 13 to 17 with the focus on progress, challenges and plans as the project nears its end later this year. The mission consisted of officers from the World Bank, CIC-PACD project team, including government departments. Now the team visited several project sites in Southern Highlands, Western Highlands, Jiwaka, Simbu, Eastern Highlands and Morobe Provinces. Here's more to the story. PACD Agriculture Commercialization and Diversification Project is a government project valued at $40 million through a loan from World Bank. The project aims to develop competitive and diverse agricultural value chains for key commodities like cocoa, coffee, spices, coconuts, and small livestock across 12 provinces. It has 5 components, which include institutional capacity building, agriculture feeder roads, productive partnerships, project management and monitoring, and emergency response. As part of the financing agreement between the World Bank and the PNG government, World Bank conducts biannual supervision missions to monitor project progress and ensure funding delivers real impact. The PACD project is wrapping up at the end of 2025 and it has just concluded its 9th implementation support mission along the coffee value chain. In an exclusive interview with Talk Didiman, Alan Oliver, the senior agriculture specialist and task team lead with the World Bank, gave an insight into the goal of the missions.
The bank mission visits the project, meets with government, and it's part of the financing agreement, and understands how the project is progressing, if there are issues, how do we address them, but also more importantly to see that the impact is reaching the targeted population that's meant for. So that's why the 9th implementation support mission of the PACD or PNG Agricultural Commercialization and Diversification project is the second last mission for this project.
Mr. Oliver added that the mission was a chance to see first-hand achievements on the ground and to engage with communities benefiting from the PACD project.
It was really great to see what has been accomplished so far and also to actually see the energy, the excitement, and more importantly, what has been funded and established on the ground with the different communities that have been supported. So I think it was a great week. I really enjoyed, listening to, including our team, to what is working well, what perhaps may need to be improved, and how does these market facilities that have been supported provided full effect to ensure that farmers go back and improve the productivity in their coffee blocks.
While some implementation delays persist, nearly half of the budget remains unspent, prompting urgent discussions on how to fast-track disbursements before the project closes in December.
We still have about 47% remaining, which is why this mission is here to actually discuss what do we do with the 47% that's remaining? If they're being committed, are we likely to complete those activities by the end of the project?
The ninth mission include visits to 10 different project sites under the CIC-PACD project, starting from Kamborini Wala Feeder Road in Southern Highlands Province, Kwalga Women's Business Development Association and Nunga Plantation in Western Highlands Province, Koremani Coffee in Jiwaka, Pitasali Coffee in Simbu Province, Hatavile Coffee Factory, Jagos Coffee Plantation, Las Malo Coffee Factory, and Touching the Untouchable in Eastern Highlands Province, and We Are Trade in Morobe Province. The Kamborini Wala Feeder Road is fully funded by CIC-PACD at a cost of 3.3 million kina. The road is vital for transporting agricultural goods, but has faced challenges due to rising water levels from Umbu Lake. Alternative routes are now under consideration to avoid environmental damage and ensure continued access.
And also what we hear from the people was that they willingly gave even to push down some of their coffee trees because they badly needed this road. So it's really a demand that's it's really a need for the people, and it's demanded by, and it's people have no issues with it. So.
Under Component 3, PACD is empowering farmers through grant schemes. The Kwalga Women's Development Association is one of 24 lead partners supported under the Productive Partnership Sub-Component, receiving 654,000 kina to benefit 200 smallholder farmers. Faith-based and local NGOs like Lutheran Development Services, Touching the Untouchables, and the Tree Kangaroo Conservation Program are also receiving full support under this model.
We do also support not only cooperatives or the emerging exporters or the value chain players in the coffee sector, but we also support faith-based organizations.
In a strategic move to revive the plantation sector, PACD is piloting support to 3 plantations, Nunga, Kulki, and Jagos, each receiving 1 million kina. These are being subdivided among local landowners and descendants of plantation workers to overcome historical land tenure issues.
The qualifications there, the requirement with the plantation sector is they must go into subcontracting or subdivision. That is the main criteria. We have the plantation sector is confronted with a lot of problems and issues. The key ones are land tenure system, law and order, the rising cost of the input supplies into the plantation, cherry theft. All these are issues confronted by the plantation sector. So what the modality we are using is it's an inclusive approach. We want to subdivide the plantations to the local landowners plus the second, third generation plantation workers who have now become part of the community around the plantation area. So each family is now owning, say, less than a hectare, each depending on the labor strength.
The PACD is also funding 18 matching grant projects under a shared financing model. For micro and small enterprises, the split is 80% PACD and 20% recipient. For larger SMEs, it's 60-40. Projects include Koremani in Jiwaka, 855,100 kina to support 300 households. Pitasali Coffee, 738,000 kina to benefit 504 households. Trade, which is setting up PNG's first local downstream coffee processing plant, and Atavile, a grassroots success story that has grown from zero to an export license processor within 4 years. Atavile has also received 360,000 kina to build a large warehouse to store export-ready green beans. The World Bank's final support mission is expected later this year. Beyond PACD, the bank continues to explore support for PNG's agriculture sector through partnerships with private companies and the International Finance Corporation.
FC have supported a number of initiatives and advisory work, particularly also with a number of companies. You have Tininga, Tagan. They're growing and they're doing very well in the fresh produce, and that's really pleasing to see, because then you have farmers who are engaged with the company and who supply, receive the training, receive the support, but also there's a market outlook for, and Tininga is growing.
Overall, the CIC-PACD coffee program is 70 to 75% complete, with much of the early effort spent on setting up nurseries, wet mills, and resource centers. Now the focus is on final training sessions, including coffee berry bora and coffee quality trainings, with the goal to wrap up all activities by November of 2025.
If we had given another year of project life, I remain convinced we would have really zoomed down to the individual farmers and to see that the project is trickled right down to the farmer level. But nonetheless, we are okay with the implementation on the ground.
As the PACD project wraps up, the World Bank says agriculture remains a critical growth area for PNG. With the right support, the sector could unlock new opportunities for communities nationwide.
It is a low-hanging fruit, and provided that we give the right support to various SMEs, community groups, most importantly, private sector, unlock land. I think this is the future to sustain the country, agriculture.